What's up everyone, Darcblade here with an information video regarding this week's limited bounties and event quests on Monster Hunter World. This is for the week starting the 17th of August 2018. Now I'm going to be dividing this video into two sections, the console version which I normally do, and then the PC version on the latter half. But anyway, what have we got this week? Well, first the console version. With the limited bounties we have 4 of them. The first is an ecology survey to hunt Tobi-Kadachi. We have to hunt 3 of these monsters. This can be done at high or low rank, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. Anyway, for taking down 3 of them you'll get research points and some armor spheres. Next is an ecology survey to hunt flying wyverns. We have to hunt 5 of these. Again, this can be done at high or low rank, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. The easiest flying wyvern to potentially take on would be Paolumu, but there are lots of them out there. Anyway, for taking down 5 of them you'll get research points, some armor sphere pluses, as well as a first wyverian print. Next is a general limited bounty, 9-star rank. This is to complete 5 quests at this specific rank. 9-star ranks are normally the tempered monsters or arch-tempered event quests. Anyway, for completing 5 of these quests you'll get research points, some hard armor spheres and a silver wyverian print. And then finally is the general limited bounty to complete all of this week's other limited bounties, and for doing so you get research points, a gold wyverian print that can be exchanged for monster gems, and a golden egg which can be exchanged for zenny. As for the event quests we get this week on console, we have quite a bag full. First is Code Red, which is the Devil May Cry crossover collaboration event. This is an 8-star high rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 14 or higher. This has players taking on an Anjanath, a Dogoron, Rathalos and Teostra in the arena. You don't have to fight these all at once, they come one after another. Anyway, for completing this quest you'll be rewarded with a red orb. Now these red orbs can be used to craft the Dante armor as well as the Dante sword. Whilst this charge blade isn't the greatest, it's still useful and it has some very unique animations. The red orbs are also a secondary ingredient in crafting the Dante layered armor, which was introduced last week with the Scorn of Sun, the Arch-Tempered Teostra event quest. Anyway, next is Flesh Cleave the Bone, a 5-star low rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 8 or higher. This has players taking on an Adogoron and Radaban in the special arena. There's nothing too special about this quest, but it's the only low rank one we get this week. So newer players, this one is for you. Next is Deep Green Blues, a 7-star high rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 13 or higher. This has players taking on all the monsters associated with the ancient forest. So Great Jagras, Puke, Tobi-Kadachi, Anjanath and Rathalos. The interesting aspect about this quest is there's a chance of getting a small or large gold crown. So if you're going for any of the gold crowns that are related to these monsters, this is an event quest to consider. Next is Rock and Roll Recess, a 7-star high rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 13 or higher. Again, like Deep Green Blues, this has players taking on all the monsters associated with the Elder's Recess, bar Elder Dragons. So that's Dodogama, Uragan, Lavasioth and Azir Rathalos. Again, if you're going for gold crowns, then you'll want to give this quest a shot as there is an increased chance. Next is the Scorn of the Sun, the 9-star high rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 50 or higher. This has players taking on an Arch-Tempered Teostra in the Elder's Recess. This is exactly as what we got last week, but if you haven't had an opportunity to take on this challenging monster, we'll have another week to do so. Anyway, for completing this quest you'll get Teostra tickets that can be used to craft the Teostra Gamma armor, which is a very versatile latent power and critical eye set, and these tickets can also be used in crafting the Dante layered armor. So the Scorn of the Sun and Code Red, the materials you get from these combine to get the Dante layered armor. And then finally is Snow and Cherry Blossoms, a 9-star high rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 30 or higher. This has players taking on a tempered Pink Rathian and a tempered Legiana in the Coral Highlands. Nothing too special about this quest, although upon completion you will gain bonus hunter rank, so if you're looking to level up your hunter rank quickly, this is one to consider. Now that is it for the event quests. However, if you go up to the Gathering Hub, you'll see that the Banquet of the Earthen Whore has returned, which is the Kulve Taroth Siege. However, there is nothing new with this as far as I can tell. This is a 9-star high rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 16 or higher. You also have to have progressed far enough through the game to see the end credits in order to take part in the Kulve Taroth Siege. Now I've done a whole video covering the Kulve Taroth Siege, so I will be linking that in the description below, or you can click on the annotation at the end of the video. Basically, it requires all players in the Gathering Hub to work together to drive off Kulve Taroth, and in return you get special weapons that can only be achieved from this special event. Now overall on the console we have a lot to do this week. It's also good that they're giving us a second week to do the Arch-Tempered Teostra, as some of us may not have had the chance to do so yet. But anyway, let's move on to talk about the PC version. Now, firstly, I do have to apologise, I am actually missing out on a complete list of the limited bounties for the PC version. This is because I haven't had the time to progress far enough through the game, and the majority of these limited bounties are simply classed as question marks from me. All I know is that there's 2 kill limited bounties and 1 limited bounty to complete a certain amount of quests or investigations. And then obviously there's the limited bounty to complete all of this week's other limited bounties to get your rewards, which are exactly the same as they are on consoles. But anyway, what is really different is the event quests. Now, we've been given 4 of them on PC. First is Flesh Cleave to Bone, exactly the same as it is in the console version, a 5-star low rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 8 or higher. This has players taking on an Adogeron and Radaban in the special arena. Again, there's nothing too interesting about this quest, although seeing as the PC hasn't been out that long, this could be a useful way of getting materials for these monsters' armor sets. Next is Kirin the Myth, a 5-star low rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 8 or higher. This has players taking on 2 Kirin in the Coral Highlands. Again, nothing too special about this quest, but as I just said, it's a decent opportunity to potentially get materials to craft weapons and gear from the Kirin tree. Next is Wicked Wildspire Warfare, a 5-star low rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 8 or higher. This has players taking on 2 Baroth and a Diablos in the special arena. The interesting aspect about this quest is you're actually given quite a few armor spheres and armor sphere pluses upon completion. This can help upgrade your armor, especially lower rank armor. And then finally is Scrapping with the Shamos, a 6-star high rank quest that requires hunters to be hunter rank 11 or higher. This requires players to take on 13 Shamos in the Coral Highlands. Now, this is probably one of the quests you want to do on PC this week, as you get materials to forge the sealed eye patch. This eye patch comes with fire resistance, but on top of that it actually has a lot of gem sockets, so it can be made to be quite versatile. But anyway, that's about it for the PC event quests. As you can clearly see, the console versions, because of the updates they've had, they have more options when it comes to their event quests. PC, because they are still only in the first iteration of the game, they haven't had the other 3 updates added, they are a little bit behind. However, I am sure they're going to catch up soon. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this week's activities? Leave a comment down below. And until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you a quick information video regarding this week's limited bounties and event quests in Monster Hunter World. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.